Welcome, my friends. I am not seeing anybody on this live stream yet, so let's stick around for a few more minutes. I'm not going to bail yet. It's members only. Where are my members at? If you are in here, let me know. Let me know. I don't think I have anybody in my members only chat. All right. Margaret, are you still here? Margaret, chat in if you're still here. I'm showing 0 viewers right now. 0 viewers. Oh, great. Margaret, it's all you. Got any questions? I'm here to answer them. Oh, well, let me do my housekeeping with you. So I up on the community post, I posted up the link for the members only discount, but I also did my landing page because for my coming up birthday, I am celebrating and I have a $99 reading that's available to everybody. So it's a little bit better of a deal than the members only permanent link. So if you want a private reading, you can check that out. Members, you can check this out too. So, hi, Kay Cassidy. How are you? Kay Cassidy, stick around because we're going to be talking about that crazy new moon that came through. So, Margaret, if you have a question because you're one of my members, drop it in all caps. Kay, I'm so glad that you're here. So glad that you're here. Margaret, that is my BFF Kay that I talk about all the time because she's amazing and gorgeous. And she's also Greek. She is wonderful and Greek. So, all right, I'm going to bring up the card view. Smash the like button. I did not advertise this live very much, but we're all 3 of us are here. So, Margaret, drop me a question if you have a question for yourself. These are readings for you. No super chats necessary. You guys are members. You support my channel every month without even blinking an eye. So I do want to keep you guys happy and well read. I want to make sure that we're doing all the right things for you. Okay, if you have a question too, you can ask. It can be pop culture. It can be personal. It can be whatever you want. But, Violetta, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Welcome to the members chat. So, Violetta, I just let everybody know, all 3 of us that are in here, there is a new reading sale that's going on. I am celebrating my 55th birthday, and I put in a discounted reading for the rest of this month and up until the 10th of July. I am going to see Weird Al Yankovic on my birthday, so I'm going to take a couple days off and enjoy that. I love Weird Al. I'm a big fan. There is a special link there. Also, for the entire summer, we are going to have text message readings. Those are going to be permanently discounted for the summer. I also brought back dream interpretation because we all know sometimes we're sitting out by the pool and we're talking with our friends and we're like, oh, I had the weirdest dream last night. So you can very quickly drop me a request and I will come back and give you the dream interpretation. That's an email reading. Oh, thank you, Margaret. That's an email reading. The text message readings are available 23 hours and 45 minutes every single day. So you can book them anytime. And I do try and get them done in advance of the meeting if I'm not too busy. So I like to do that. You want to do the dream interpretation. Margaret, you know what I'll do? I will book my second live of the week. We'll just do dreams again. We'll have everybody come in with their dreams. So I'll set that up today. It'll probably be Thursday. This is going to be the regular members only live stream, but not next week because Angus is graduating. So we're going to be at graduation. Kay, if you want to come to graduation, you can come to graduation with us. We're crashing. We're bringing an entourage for him. So if you and your driver, I'm going to call him your driver. I don't know if he wants us to say his name, but your driver, So yeah, so it's been a little bit of a chaotic week, or weekend, I should say. We had Angus's last party for indoor percussion. I was hanging out with some friends. I was trying to hang out with some friends. Kay, I'm talking about you. And we had a little detour into the emergency room for a hot minute. Everybody's okay. It's totally fine. And yesterday was super productive. I made homemade hamburger buns. I made an angel food cake. I made vegetarian chili, and I started my Chick-fil-A inspired chicken sandwiches. So that's what the hamburger buns are for. And my buddy Barney over at the Barnosphere was very impressed. Don't forget, Wednesday nights, permanent spot, 9 p.m. Barney and I are going to be taking email requests, letters about relationship stuff, and we are going to be talking about it. It's not going to be psychic stuff, but I always bring a little psychic stuff to the table. So, all right, let's sit tight just for 1 second. So we're going to talk about the moon first. Margaret, you're going to be next. So sit tight, sit tight. So we're going to talk about the moon. Hang on there, Violetta. I got you too. Remember, guys, your members, your questions are free today. Free for you guys. Members only live is always free for you. It's my thank you back to you guys. So let's talk about this moon. So we did have the full moon, or the new moon pass. Now, new moons are really, really important. I'm just going to pull up some information about this. New moons are really important because that's our reset. That's when we actually start things. Everybody wants to start things on the full moon, but you have to think of it as full bloom. The moon has bloomed in full. There we go. All right, we're just going to get some new information about the new moon. So the new moon was in Gemini. Kay, big shocker why it affected you so much, right? It was in full effect at 10:45 p.m. on June 14th. So we're only a day or two past, and it really is going to affect everyone. I want you guys to think about the new moon like the tide. Okay, if the full moon, the tide is in and it's covering up the beach and it's got everything, the new moon is pulling out and it's kind of leaving a vacuum there. So new moons should be associated with fresh starts, seeding, setting intentions, opening new chapters. Think of it as a cosmic blank page. Again, when the tide goes out, it lays bare everything that was on that beach. So why is this Gemini new moon a little bit different? So Gemini is the sign of communication, information, it's social connection. So social media can be affected as well. Content creators, I'm looking at you. Megxit is on fire. So it also has to do with learning, curiosity. A lot of people are feeling like they need to talk things out. Sometimes those messages can get a little bit chaotic, even though we're in Gemini. Remember that new moon, as it pulls out, it's going to create that vacuum. And in that vacuum, some of us like to pack too much information in. I talk very quickly. I am one of those information packers. I do that. This particular new moon, Gemini, remember Gemini the twins, urges us to reconnect with old friends sometimes. And sometimes that can be individuals that aren't necessarily the best for us. Sometimes it's people that we kind of go back to a safety where we're like, okay, I'm gonna reach back to this. Oh, we're gonna use the Aquarian Tarot today. I'm gonna reach back to that safety, and I'm gonna see if it's a familiar thing. It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Okay, so new ideas, creative inspiration. This is a positive point. Those are coming up, so you may get an inspiration to plant a new flower garden, maybe put in a butterfly garden, maybe put in a bird garden. My girlfriend Deanna just put in a bird garden. It's beautiful. Restlessness and sitting still. is going to affect some of us as well. When we have that blank slate, when we have that beach with the ocean pulled back out, we want to get there and put our footprints all over it. In that vacuum, sometimes we do get restlessness. So be mindful of increased activity on social media. Daters, I'm talking to you. If there are apps that you're on, you may see a flurry of activity around that. There's also a lot of people that are asking questions. So AI chatbots are going crazy right now. People right now are feeling a few different ways. One is I need to make a change. Some people are frustrated or bored with routines or lifestyles that seemed okay or tolerable a month ago. Gemini wants movement and progress and fresh perspectives and adding into the equation. But if you are feeling like that and you are in a situation where you can't quite do that, I want you to think about it like an arrangement of flowers. If you get an arrangement of cut flowers, some of those flowers will die off and wither or start to shed, do all kinds of crazy stuff. Some of them will do that at a different rate from other ones. Right now, the bouquet that Greg got me last week, the stargazers are starting to open up, which is chaos with cats in the house because it's toxic to them. So I have to keep my flowers in the shower so Trevor doesn't eat them. But as some of the chrysanthemums are shedding and falling apart. So what is the best way to manage this kind of feeling bored? Instead of throwing all those flowers out, take the ones out that aren't looking so good and put new ones in. That's going to scratch the itch for that fresh perspective. So think about that vase of flowers if you are feeling super, super restless. Okay. Part two, or second way people are feeling. I need to say something. A lot of people are trying to communicate. Communication is the headline of this lunation, this turn of the moon. A lot of people are speaking their truth. Be judicious in what comes out of your mouth. Just be careful. Think before you blurt. It's really important. I can't stop thinking. Now, Geminis are an air sign, so their minds are racing, usually pacing and racing at a good rate, a little bit faster than some of us on the other side of things. So if people are brainstorming and planning and researching and sometimes leaning into that overthinking, try writing it down. Gemini, you guys are very airy. Everyone else that is being affected by this new moon in Gemini, we are getting that airiness, that extreme possibility. Try not to overthink. Take it from the air and write it down, and it's going to become more solidified. And think about it for a little while. List making is really good for you guys to kind of organize that. Last one. In that vacuum, again, remember my example of when the tide goes out, we have the open beach. There's all kinds of treasure and crazy stuff and seaweed and crabs crawling around. Some people say, I want more freedom. They feel that vacuum. And this particular moon or lack of moon, this new moon, is making people question the restrictions, the responsibilities, the relationships, and things that feel very limiting, the things that hold them in place. So give that a little bit of time. All of these effects of lunation are fleeting. They don't stay with us for super, super long time. I mean, there's some things, some astrological aspects that will stay with us a little bit longer, depending on the planet that's affecting us and the length of its circuit or orbit. But in this particular case, just don't be impulsive on this. The new moon wants us to kind of start things up and be impulsive. But for this one, be careful. Even though Gemini is a sign of communication, it is not always sound communication. Sometimes it is impulsive communication. So be careful of that. Now, the shadow side of this, and I know the description that I had was not super, super positive, but not everybody's feeling wonderful. Things that people are experiencing is anxiety, mental overload. There's a lot of gossip and misunderstandings. Those of you that are paying attention to Megxit, it's all over Megxit. There's information fatigue. You have too much information. You don't know what to do with it. Causes executive paralysis, executive failure, those kinds of things, difficulty making decision, and your energy is scattered or sporadic. You kind of go up and down on the scale of your energy levels. So try to mitigate that, the spikes and valleys of this particular lunation. I want you to try and kind of level out in the middle. What you should do this week: it is a great time to start a YouTube channel, podcast, newsletter, creative project, initiative at work, communication, any kind of writing, anything like that. It's also great for networking and meeting new people, learning a new skill, updating social media, changing your marketing, having important conversations, but do the prep work before. I want you to do the prep work before. This is our moon to set intentions for the next month. I did it. I hope you guys did. I changed all my marketing for the next 3 months through the summer, and we're going to do things a little bit differently around here. So it feels very much like the Magician in tarot. And the Magician makes a lot of sense. Gemini's ruled by Mercury, so is the Magician in tarot. So he is the messenger. The universe is asking, what story are you telling yourself? What conversation needs to happen? What conversation doesn't need to happen? And what ideas have you been sitting on that need to come to life? So keep that in mind. Since Sunday, you may have experienced unproductive conversations or convoluted conversations. You may have new ideas. You may have an urge to change everything about your life. Texas Kit Kat, good to see you. Someone from the past may be reaching out. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So if you guys are experiencing anything like that, drop it in the comments. Let me know what's going on. I'll pull a Moonology card on you. So just put it in all caps because I want you to do that. It's not the new moon that brings the endings and the beginning. It's just bringing information. The question is what's leaving. Remember the example of the tide. The tide comes in, that's our full moon. The tide goes out all the way, and that is our new moon, and it exposes all of this treasure, and we have to be very discerning about what we're going to do with that and how we're going to fill that vacuum. So ask yourself, what are you learning? What are you going to do with the information? What is going on? So fantastic. We may go over that again. Actually, I'm going to clip that for my for the rest of the audience. I think you guys are doing great. So Kay said that moon has effed her up. So we're using the Aquarian Tarot today, guys. This is an antique deck of mine. I look like I'm naked. I am not naked, I assure you. Not naked. Nobody wants to see that. I don't even want to see that. So, Kay, where are we with this? King of Batons in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse. And the Queen of Coins in reverse. So King of Batons in reverse is stopping initiative. Stop doing what you're doing and stop trying to innovate and move forward. Instead, look around and see what you have. Five of Cups here. When we have the Five of Cups in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's an individual who's looking away from the full cups. They are looking at the empty cups in sorrow. This is about gratitude. And I know that you're grateful. This is about being really, really mindful and really conscious of that gratitude and extending that to the things that we have. The power of magnetism. The more that we're grateful for what we have, the more of that we get. So if we're grateful for the money that we have, if we're grateful for the cosmetics in our drawer, we're going to get more of that. So that's what we want to do. The Queen of Coins here says, don't move forward with new initiatives yet. That's what this is about. Okay. So this says, don't make any plans for the future. Just be. Our pentacles are our future. They are the things that stand the test of time, the things that are there for us forever and anon. And I want you to just be. Nervous system needs a break. Let it chill out. Let's give you a Moonology card. Let's give Kay a Moonology card. New moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. Now, I like that it's the new moon in Libra on this card for you, because that lets you know that they're equal parts to a whole. There are equal parts. You know, I always quote darkness in Legend, and he says, "Without dark, there can be no light. Without good, there can be no evil." I don't have the whole line in my head, but now I'm going to have to watch it tonight. The only Tom Cruise movie I like, except for Tropic Thunder, because I thought that Les Grossman was the greatest character ever created. But this means that there's a new romantic cycle, and I'm talking to your driver too. Hi, driver. Where we both kind of share the load. We both kind of share the burden as we move forward, responsibilities, those kinds of things. So I hope that helps you, my friend, with your day, and gives you, more so, I think the explanation about that new moon kind of clears up, you know, why our nerves are so jangled. I mean, I have been jangled too. So if you have been jangled by this new moon, let me know in the chat. Let me know, and I will pull some cards on you. So, Kay, I love you. Driver, I love you too. Let's move it on up. We're going to go to Margaret. Margaret, how will my trip to Australia go? Lucky duck. Will my son be okay while I'm away? Let's see. How is your trip going to go? Let's start there. 10 of Cups. It's going to be fabulous. Valet of Coins. Watch your spending. Watch your spending. And we got the 7 of Cups. So I don't know how you're going on this trip, but one of the things I want you to do when you get there or before you get there is a little bit of research to see if there are some super special things that you may miss out on. Oh, Zephyr, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're just members only. We're going to be flipping it over to general in about a half hour. So we're good. It's just members here, baby. So Zeph, Kay's in the chat. Say hello to Kay. She's over on the other stream. So, you know, that I want you to ask like the concierge or your friends, or do a little bit of research and see if there are some little local secrets that you're not seeing, or that you're unaware of. I want you to do that, because there are some local goodies that you can go see and enjoy. So go check that out. Make sure you check that out. You know, and that's one of the things that I love about like talking to locals. When I went to Middlebury College, I went to the Russian program there, and we had a couple of local kids in the Russian program, and they were like, "Oh, let's go to this waterfall. Let's go to this waterfall." And we all thought it was the waterfall at the local little campground, and they were like, no, we got a better one. And so we went to a local campground and then kind of went around the bend, and there was this amazing waterfall right there, and no one was there. It was just us. It was great. So we just kind of hung out there for the day, and it was fantastic. So, you know, running into like these nice little locals only kind of thing is great. So I want you to make sure that you do ask about like the secret menu, the secret stuff that you can go see. So make sure you do that. Make sure you go do that. So how is your son going to be while you're away? How is your son going to be while you are away? Ace of Coins. King of Coins. I am not going to say, he's going to be having a risky business weekend. No, but it does look like totally capable, looking forward to the autonomy, looking forward to kind of being in charge of his own world. And he's going to be loving it. I do think there are going to be some friends over. So if you're not upset about that, that's fine. I don't think that there's going to be any wild parties, but I do think that there are going to be some friends over. So if you haven't underwritten that, go underwrite it now and give the guardrails on that. So Margaret, I wish you the best of travel going to Australia. Our own Dave Murphy is over there. You can go say hi to Dave Murphy. He is more than happy to say hello to people. Great guy. He is sleeping right now. I talked to him this morning. So let's giddy up, buttercups. Whoop, whoop. We've got Violetta's question, and this is a serious one. Violetta is on her way to the ER right now. Oh, Texas Kit Kat. We'll talk about the residents too. Did you see the whiteout? The whiteout was amazing. All right, sit tight, Texas Kit Kat. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. So Violetta headed to the ER right now. Are they going to let her daughter come home, or will she have to stay? We got the 9 of Wands. That's very, very cautious. And the 6 of Pentacles. I have a feeling they're going to want her to stay, but I do think that you will get the option. I think that they're going to say, you know, we'd like to keep her. She's right on the border of whether we can keep her or not. We're gonna let her decide. You know, what do you want to do? If they do keep her, I do think it's going to be more than a few days. I think they'll want to kind of get the most bang for their buck, so to speak. But is she going to turn around quickly? Because that's really the main thing here. Oh, yeah. Swift recovery. But I don't know if this is a chronic condition for her. It's like something that is going to plague her, but this acute activity is going to resolve fairly quickly. There's something about like being out in the air and the sunlight that is affecting this. I don't know if it's something that's affected by being out of doors. I don't know. I woke up this morning and my allergies, like my face was exploding. It was exploding literally off my face. So I do think that this episode is a quick turnaround, but we're still looking at some work as we go on down the road, So let me give you a moon card while we're at it. So, new moon in Virgo. Time to give rather than take. That tells me that if she has the option to stay at the hospital, if it's possible, I think taking the time out and relaxing for a little bit may be a good move for your daughter, for your oldest. I keep saying your daughter. I don't know if it's your daughter. I think it does make sense for her to kind of take that time out. Remember, new moon, new beginnings. We pulled the new moon in Virgo card, and that's like a really, really fresh start. So if she goes there, they may be able to do like an infusion that's going to kind of reset her for a little bit longer than expected. All right. So I had all my Texans here, all my Texans in the chat. All right. Let's talk about that Schumann resonance. Here we go. I'm going to pull that up, but I want to pull up the Schumann resonance too. Okay, if you're still here, I sent it to you. Schumann resonance, and let's get some images here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you know what it's giving me? It's giving me equipment to look at the Schumann resonance. That is not what we want. That is not what we want. We don't want that. That is not what we want either. I do not want a Schumann resonance reader for myself. The Schumann. I don't want the generator. There we go. I do not want my soul name. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Oh no. Guys, I'm off the interwebs for like a month, and I'm like fumbling all over the place here. Give me a share screen. Do the Schumann resonance. Bum, ba, ba, ba. We don't want our soul name. So right now, where are we? Where are we? Schumann resonance live 7.83. And right now we're calm. Right now, live, calm. Last flare, 1 hour ago. Whoops. No, we don't want to donate. We don't want to donate. Oh, now I can't get off this. I can't get out of this screen, guys. Sorry about that. We're gonna bang out of that. Bang out. Oh, it never even came out, did it? So, all right. I'm just gonna talk about it. So we did have, it was stuck for about 8 hours. So we did have a whiteout. I just want to show you guys. Usually we have these blackouts. So usually we have these blackouts, but we had this crazy whiteout. Whiteout, June 2026. I'm just trying to get the picture for you guys. There we go. That's what we're talking about. So big old whiteout. Big old whiteout. The Schumann resonance should not have that much white on it. But we were stuck for about 8 hours. Sometimes we get these blackouts, and there are people that think that the blackouts are hi Kay. They think that the blackouts on the resonance reader are timeline shifts, that something has happened and we're shifting timelines. But these whiteouts, let's see what these whiteouts were all about. You ready, guys? What were the whiteouts in June 2026 all about on that Schumann resonance reader? Let's see what this psychic comes up with. Two things coming together. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. Did not realize it wasn't up. So, Two of Cups and the High Priestess. This is connecting spirit worlds and the physical world. I am not doing Baphomet. Spirit worlds and the physical world. I'm not going to do the Baphomet and get myself in trouble. Right, Texas Kit Kat? Alicia will be like, Anna, what happened? So this is about the whiteout is really opening the communication portals between the above and us. Good news. Good news, everybody. Good news. That's good news for us because we're going to be hearing more messages and being able to talk to our dearly beloveds, those kinds of things. How do we manage this? And not only do we have a new moon event that is messing with all of our communication, even though it's supposed to enhance our communication. We've got that. We've got the Schumann resonance going whiteout. What do we do? How do we handle this? Sun, ride it, baby. Ride it until the wheels fall off. Ride it until the wheels fall off. We've got Seven of Swords. We are going to see the conflicts in communication, both terrestrial and supernatural, and from terrestrial to supernatural. We're going to be seeing some different messages coming in. They are going to be coming in loud and clear. But we have that Three of Swords at the end. It's going to be healing energy. what sucks about healing energy? Healing energy, we got to have the psychic wound first. So when you start to put a balm, psychic balm, or a emotional balm, BALM, onto a sore spot, sometimes it hurts at first, sometimes it does hurt. So all of this robust communication that we're getting from the spirit world, it's going to sting a little. The information that's going to come through is going to sting a little bit. But it's actually going to be quite healing. That Three of Swords is in reverse. So that is quite healing. By the way, I want to highlight my scarf. Everybody thinks that this is like a pretty lady scarf, but Kate, I know you love this. It's actually got skulls on it. So, I could put the skull right over my face. Look, superimposing. Woo. This is Scamabelle's new look. New look for summer. I swear to God, guys, I'm not high. I'm just having some fun with this. Should we start this for the general audience? We'll be like, woo, Scooby-Doo. I can't get it straight. All right, we're not going to do that. We'll just have fun with this. So, I think it fixed my hair. My hair was doing some weird things. Let me see what planets are aligned right now. All right. There we go. Getting some information about the stars above. Yes. Okay. So, Zeph, you are correctamundo. We've got Venus, Uranus sextile. Ooh, that's going to get my video squashed for a minute. June 15th and 16th. So we're on the back end of that energy field. Venus in Leo is forming a harmonious sextile to Uranus and Gemini. So astrologically, this can be a lot of unexpected things, a lot of shakeups, a lot of tower kind of energy, new friendships, old patterns being broken, being attracted to somebody, all of a sudden, love at first sight, unexpected messages. You may see messages from the spirit world. Remember, the spirit world is going to be playing big time. The Gemini super new moon is going to be active for 72 hours from the 14th. So we're still getting a lot of energy from that. We talked about communication, social media, networking, marketing, all those things are going to be affected. Content creators, if you're watching this, explore some new content. It's a good time to do it. It's a good time to try out new things. There is a Mercury shadow period. So it's pre-retrograde. So what does that mean? We may be having the same arguments over and over again. We may be revisiting, a soft spot in our relationships or our marriages or work relationships, those kinds of things. Plans that are made may need to be revised later. So be mindful of that. Especially content creators, if you are trying some new content, or if you're trying new initiatives in your business, you may have to revise them a little bit later. It's okay. Everything, very few things are carved in stone unless you're a monument maker for the dearly beloved that have passed on. Past issues that have been paved over may resurface. So again, soft spots in relationships that you haven't really dealt with, they may come back. Technology and scheduling glitches will show up in this Mercury shadow period. It's kind of the preview before we get to retrograde, where everything just gets thrown up in the air as far as electronics go. Psychics, anyone who is somewhat sensitive, I want you guys to know that if you are psychic during the Mercury pre-retrograde shadow period and into the retrograde period, all of your electronics are going to go haywire. Just keep doing restarts and, defrag, do any of your maintenance that you need to do on your laptop or your phone. Just do all those things. You're going to have to, you got to get through it. It's just going to happen. If you're psychic, you're going to be affecting the electronics a little bit more. So you're going to complement the Mercury in retrograde. Saturn and Neptune are both in Aries, and this is going to be one of the bigger themes for 2026. Saturn is about structure and responsibilities, kind of the scaffolding for what's going on. And Neptune is about dreams and ideals, and they're both in Aries. So there's this push and pull between them. Aries, it wants to get things done. Saturn is moving slow and kind of building, and Neptune just wants to like sit in the hammock and kind of dream about everything that's happening. We have vision versus action, dreams versus reality, faith versus discipline. So those kinds of things are going to be really doing this business. So, it's an entrepreneurial, pioneering energy. If you're trying to build something, lean into that. Lean into like the Aries and the Ariesness and the Saturnness, and kind of schedule the Neptune dreaming part of it. Like, schedule that for at night or in the morning when you're journaling or something like that. If you compartmentalize it, it's going to be a little bit of an easier transition for the balance of 2026. Uranus in Gemini. So Uranus moved into Gemini, and this is for the long haul. Everybody is going to be watching this because the themes are sudden information, disclosure. I'm looking at you, Steven Spielberg. AI and technology. We're going to see disclosures with that. Social media disruptions. That includes fights, breakups, content creators, not connecting anymore. We may see some new ways of communicating. Remember, I talked about the psychicness. I don't want to say the veil is thin, because it's not that the veil is thin. It's that we've got more phones to call back and forth. Sally, hang on one second, sweetie pie. Hang on. A lot of people are going to feel like everything is changing so fast. We may see some rapid changes in education and media. And it's really interesting about that, because I just saw an article about how Jimmy Carter had changed the focus of education in 1979. And us Gen Xers absolutely felt the change of that. And now there have been renewed conversations about the 1979 changes to the U.S. School system. So education system, I should say, the philosophy of educating in the United States. So that, I think, people are going to be a little bit troubled by. The actual planetary lineup in the sky at the moment, right now, Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury are all appearing in the western evening sky. If you want to go gazing, Mars, Saturn, Neptune are visible before dawn. It's not the planets in a straight line, but it's a notable amount of visible planets. So if you got a telescope, if you've got a lot less light pollution than I have here, you can have some fun. So that is pretty much everything I'm going to say about that. We might clue in our other guests when they come in, because we're going to flip it in a minute. But I have one more question from Sally. So let's look at Sally's question. Texas Kit Kat, thanks for bringing that up. All right, and then we're going to do Sally's. Then I'm going to do like a little intermission, and then we're going to flip it over so that so the general audience can come in. So if you want to share this or let your friends know right now that we are going to be live in just a few minutes when I throw my cards all over the floor. I am batting 1,000 today, guys. Batting 1,000. I had way too much coffee this morning. I went for 2 cups of coffee. Probably not the best idea for me. Probably not the best idea. So your late mother has been on your mind a lot lately. That is because, and I said that, I know you weren't here, but I said it a little bit earlier. What we've got with the new moon in Gemini is these lines of communication are opening up. Plus, the Schumann resonance is showing us evidence with the whiteout that we just had a few days ago that those lines of communication between us, the regular people down here below, and our dearly beloveds that are up above, the communication is opening up. I don't want to say that the veil is thin, but the phone lines are open. We can pick up a phone. The phone in the lobby is open. I am going to do one of my messages from heaven cards, or maybe a few more, for you and your mother. I can say this, absolutely. She is trying to communicate with you. 7 of Cups. You're not seeing it. She's going to keep trying. That was 7 of Cups in reverse. She's going to keep trying. So she's going to be really trying to get in some messages. So you may be seeing cardinals, hummingbirds, dragonflies, anything like that. You may be seeing a lot more of those. Keep an eye out. Pay attention. Signs are everywhere. Signs are everywhere. So what does Mama have to say? We got 2 cards. We got 2. Never forget you are loved. Love never dies. Birds are messages. We're trying to connect with you. So look for the birds there, Sally girl. You got to look for the birds. Okay. So that being said, guys, all right. Thank you very much all for being members of this channel. You guys are honestly the lifeblood of this channel. You guys are the seedlings. You are the ones that kickstart my month every month. And you make it possible for me to keep making content like this. So I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. We are going to be doing, like I said, I'm going to, for the summer, Tuesday, this time is probably going to be our new live time for you guys. Next week, I will not have it because Angus is graduating. So I will be at graduation all day long. And Trevor will be graduating as well to being a non-Tomcat. He's getting fixed on the same day. So there's lots of stuff that is going on in our family. I have to look at the astrology on that because all of our appointments just kind of landed on that day. Texas Kit Kat. Hang on to that because we are going to be talking about that. So we are going to be talking about that. So, all right. I think I answered. Oh, thank you. Prayers for Trevor Cat. Trevor is going to be ballless. He is hard to keep in the bedroom right now. Greg let him out twice today. I was like, stop. It was an accident. All right. So guys, let's do this. I'm going to put some music on and we're going to take just a little bit of a break. I'm just going to go upstairs. I'm going to refill my lemonade and I am going to have a human moment. And we're going to let in the general population. So no need to leave. We're not going to transfer over to another live or anything like that. Everybody stay put, chat amongst yourselves. And I am going to take care of business. So I will be right back. Everybody just sit tight, okay? Members, I forgot to do the giveaway. Oh my goodness. Okay. I forgot to do our giveaway. Rats. So, all right. But you know what? We're going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now. Let me get my giveaway tool. All right, we got our giveaway tool. I am so sorry, guys. I did not mean to do that. All right, let's share our screen. And there we go. All right. So, guys, this is for reading giveaway number 1. This is only for members. This is for a half-hour reading only for members. Only for members. So, what we're going to do is we are going to follow the directions. And if you're not a member and you put your name in, I'm not going to accept it. So just in the chat, all you have to do is #member, and you will be put in for a free reading, free half-hour reading. This is for the membership. If you are not a member, do not do it. #member, just like it's thank you, Laura, kicking it off. We're giving 3 of these away, guys. So once we get all the names in, I'm going to do 3 separate drawings. So everybody drop in #member, #member. This is for free readings. There's 3 I'm giving away. 1, 2, 3. And I told poor Dave Murphy that he's got one that he won a while ago that he didn't come through on. There we go. We got Zephyr on there too. Remember, guys, you don't have to use it yourself. You can give it away if you want. Oh, Laura, do you have another one? Okay, I have to check my list. So #member, because right now it's 50-50. It's either you or Zeph is going to win this. So you know what? That's for Dave. Oh, poor Dave. Poor Dave's sleeping. You know what we'll do? We'll keep this going. We'll keep this going for the rest of the live. We'll just remind everybody. My phone is blowing up. Barney's got #member. Hey, Barney, do that again. I don't know if it registered. Oh, it did. It did. Good, good, good. Okay. Yes, Barney, you can give it away, but it has to be used within the month. So everybody will have until July 16th. July 16th for me to get it done. So hashtag member. Let's see. What do we got? We got 3 entries, guys. Should I let it ride? Or I could actually just give away these 3 readings to all 3 of you. Go once, going twice. If you are a member, drop in hashtag member and you will be entered for a free reading. I'm giving 3 of them away. 3 readings. All right, guys, you know what? We're going to do it. Surprise, surprise. Laura Lynn wins. All right, we're going to draw again. Oh my God, big shocker. It's Marty. One more. One more, kids. One more. Oh, it won't let me draw again. It won't let me draw again. All right, so Zeph, you won the 3rd one. So that is closed out. So Laura, Zeph, Barney, congratulations. Send me an email. I will send you a link. I just want to write down because I have a brain like a sieve. So we got Zeph, Laura, and Barney. And like I said, you can give that reading away if you want. Barney's going to give it away, he says. But send me an email. I will send you the link to book. And if you're going to give it away, you can send it over to the person that you want to give it to. So fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com. That is the email. fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com. There we go. There we go. So, letting my viewership know we are doing personal readings by Super Chats and PayPal only. See the pinned comment for the links. They are there. Hello, Susan. Hi, Starry Night. Everybody's getting in here. I could actually give away another reading. Starry Night, you can. This is a paid reading room. So if you can drop a Super Chat or a PayPal, that would be fantastic. My son is graduating high school next week, and I still need to get him a gift, and I still have to buy a bunch of Father's Day gifts. So, your PayPal donations get me out of the basement and keep my family happy. So, Barney, can we talk about my hamburger buns that I made yesterday? I made homemade hamburger buns, and Barney was like very impressed with them. I was like, really? Not that hard. So, all right, while we're waiting for more people to come in, I'm going to bring up the view, and I'm going to bring up that last question. This is a very cool question from Texas Kit Kat. Donald J. Trump, about 3 weeks ago, posted on Truth Social a picture of him walking with a very tall sky friend on a tarmac. May be connected with what I'm saying. So what we were talking about earlier, boys and girls, is that the Schumann residence has had a whiteout. And what I believe is going on is that is an opening of the communication between us and the spirit world, or perhaps the UFOs that are out there, because the truth is out there. So let's see, was that very, very tall person that was with Donald Trump, was that very, very tall person, was it someone from a far, far away place? I say yes, and it wasn't Azerbaijan. I say yes, worlds apart here. The moon, conversation concealed, but they're letting it peek out a little bit. There is discussions, and don't get freaked out, guys, but there are discussions with this culture culture that Donald Trump is talking to. Discussions about getting us off world. Getting us off world because it may not be inhabitable after a while. That is why that envoy was sent here, that ambassador. So Texas Kit Kat, just for you, that was an ambassador that was here. That was someone very, very important and very close to the leadership of that particular culture organization. So we are in contact. I do think that Donald J. Trump is saying, in the event that things get turned up too hot, perhaps maybe some mushrooms start blooming, we would not be able to stay here. Home becomes inhabitable, and Ace of Batons destroyed, and we are unhappy, so we may need to have some assistance. So are we going to hitch a ride with the Vogons and listen to terrible poetry? Possibly. Where my Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans out there. I do think that perhaps there are conversations being had about exit strategies for the bulk of people. Unfortunately, I'm going to tell you this, that we're not all getting off the rock. We're not all getting off. So they're going to have to leave some of us behind. So the best and the brightest are going to be on those shuttles. Is this psychic likely to be on those shuttles? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even though I think I'm onto something with the whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, Joe Alwyn drama. I did say it. One of you has asked me to do some interesting readings on that. Zeph, they are going to pull them off before it happens. There's going to be an exit before it happens. And I will say this, I think that we will see that happening. There's going to be a lot of sky activity when that's going on. We're going to see things going back and forth. So, would I like to hitch a ride on that? I don't know. I'm not going anywhere. If Trevor is not going with me, I'm not going. I need my cat. I need my other cats. I need my dog. I need my kids. I want to bring all my things. I want to bring all my cards. And if I have to stay here, I'll be fine. I think that will be very, very interesting, but I think they're gonna pull people off before the event happens. There is some precognition with this particular culture that we've entertained here. So there it is. There it is. They are not Mayflower moving vans. Not at all. Not at all. So there we go, kids. There we go. Let's talk about the Centennial. Centennial? It was bicentennial. This is I don't even know what we say for 250. But let's talk about this because I'm worried about what's going on. I'm worried about what's going on. 4th of July celebrations. What are we looking at here? Are we looking at a mess? Are we looking at a mess? Centennial celebrations here in the U.S. We've got 6 of Swords, no escape. And we also have the 6 of Wands, success. I do think that we're going to have a little bit of bad players rolling around. The world. Oh, boy. Is the United States approaching decline? I dare say we are. Semi-quincentennial. I can't even say it. Good one, Zeb. But unfortunately, I do think that the United States is approaching decline. Have we kind of held it off for the last 15 years? Yeah, I think we have. I think we've kept it at bay. Kind of, it's like when your dog is begging for potato chips and you just plant your foot in his chest and say no, so he can't come any closer and drool in your potato chip bowl. Either you're picked to be on the team or you're not. And I do think that this is part of the reason why Elon Musk is so keen on Mars. I think Elon Musk wants to take advantage of a former outpost of another culture. And I do think he believes there's infrastructure underneath the surface. Waxing moon, the energy is gaining momentum. So if we are in decline, if the United States is in decline, if Earth culture is in decline, it is gaining momentum. So goes the United States, so goes the rest of the world. So if we are in decline, I think it is gaining speed. So let's make use of the good and open communication we have with the spiritual world right now as a result of the new moon in Gemini and that resonance, that Schumann resonance reader showing us that whiteout where the ability to communicate is really, really good. It's unfortunate that and I will be celebrating the 250 years of freedom and independence from the crown. I will be celebrating that as well. Don't let this spoil it. Because I think all the T-Rexes and Brontosauruses and Paleosauruses and pterodons and whatnot. My favorite dinosaur. What's your favorite dinosaur? Let me know what your favorite dinosaur is in the chat. Mine is a pterodon. I love the flying ones. None of them were wringing their hands and worried about what the future may bring. They continued to sup and dine and party and make little dinosaurs. They just continued about their business. I think we should continue about our business in the best possible way. Make every moment count. Let bygones be bygones. If someone's not adding value to your life, drop them like it's hot. I'm going to say it again. Drop it like it's hot. If they're not adding value to your life, if they don't make you laugh, if they don't make you smile, if they don't put money in your pocket or food in your mouth, they can go beat feet. They can go hitch a ride with the Vogons. We're all going to stay here and party like it's 2026. So, and they walked into tar pits. Absolutely right. So there it is, kids. So what else? Guys, drop me some questions. We've got plenty of time. So pop culture, personal, anything like that. I actually, I sent over to Kay. I sent over to my girlfriend, Kay, who was in the chat. Tommy Lee not looking so good. Tommy Lee looks a little rough. And I'm wondering what's going on with that. Oh, my allergies just kind of reformed in my face. My face feels like it's going to explode. I got to get over that because tonight, after this live, I've got 15-minute and 30-minute sessions that are open. There's a pinned comment up above if you would like to book with me. Also, we've got my birthday readings. My birthday is coming up, so all of my readings are discounted to $99. I shouldn't say all of them. The hour reading is discounted to $99, and I only have 3 of those available a day. As always, I have the pay what you can readings that are pay whatever you can for a half-hour reading. But those I think are closed out for the week. I think they've all been taken. So if you want to book ahead for next week, that's great. The text message readings, you guys are loving them. I am busy with them, and they're available 23 hours and 45 minutes every single day. So I've got lots of different price points. I've got lots of different options for you. So let's read a little on Tommy Lee. Read a little on Tommy Lee. Thank you, Zephyr. Whoops. Ian, hang on. I'm going to read on Tommy Lee real quick. What is going on with him? Should we be worried about Tommy Lee? He looks terrible. You know, like I love these rock stars that are like totally fueled by substances and they look phenomenal. And now they get older and they sober up and they look terrible. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. Tommy Lee from not Tommy Lee Jones. I love him too. I love that guy. Now I want to watch Men in Black. Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. He looks terrible. Motley Tommy looks terrible. He has the sunken eyes and everything. Guys, if my eyes get sunken from this GLP-1, let me know. I've got a whole bunch of people that are watching me, but your observations are important too. So Tommy Lee, what is going on with him? 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Strength in reverse, 7 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. What is he stuck with? Judgment. You know, I think his chickens are coming home to roost a little bit. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Did you go to the doctor?
No.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to pay that late fee.
I tried to call him. No one picked up. The receptionist didn't pick up.
All right. I'll call him. I'll fix it. I love you.
Love you too.
Baby boy was out last night. Going to be a graduate next week. Going to be a graduate. He'll be a pre-co-ed, I guess. So it looks like Tommy Lee's chickens are coming home to roost. The damage that has been done. Socrates, it's good to see you. No, don't worry about those HOA fines. The tall people are going to be taking us out of here. No HOA where they come from. But it looks like the damage that Tommy Lee has done to himself is going to start to become more and more apparent. You know, you can't be a rock star for, it's like 40 years. Like he's been a rock star for over 40 years, I think. So I do think that there's some interesting things that they're going to do in terms of, I'm sorry, I'm going to say, I don't want to suggest that he has cancer, but when I get the wands in like kind of medical stuff, I always get like radiation, chemotherapy, treatments like that, something that heats up the tissues. And so I do think that there's going to be some therapies. Now, if I remember correctly, Pamela Anderson had, help me out, guys. It affects your liver. IV people get this, not cirrhosis, but Hep C. I believe she had Hep C, and she had some effective treatment onto that. I'm wondering if this is connected to that. Thank you, Ian. Ian, you're always on the ball. You're like Ianopedia. We're gonna have to put you in the encyclopedia here of fact checking. It's good to see you, Ian. So I'm wondering if he's experiencing some issues because of that. I don't want to suggest that he has anything. I don't want to, I'm not diagnosing here, but I think that there are some treatments that he's going to have to kind of burn that off, so to speak. So we're going to take that out of here. Interesting. Let's get to Ian's question. All right. Everybody say hi to Ian. He's over on the vert. Ian. All right. Sugar plum. Ian B. Jelly Roll and Bunny, his wife, seem like more to this divorce. Are they getting divorced? Is it already determined? Help me out here. Let's look at this relationship. We're going to give them a Moonology card too. Here, we'll do that right away. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. It's going to be fair and reasonable. Bunny XO. Is that her name? Bunny XO? Three of Swords. It's a tough split. Do they have kids? They have kids? It's a hard split for them because they're trying to be kind to each other. However, when push comes to shove, it's a little bit hard to be kind to each other because they both want what they want. I do think that she wants a bit more than what she's entitled to. I'm sorry. I'm not being mean, but I do feel like she wants a bit more than she's entitled to, mainly because of things that she's done for him, of the good that she's done for him. So I hate to say that that's being held out as currency, but I think it is. I've sacrificed this. And we did see this with Wolverine. We did see this with Wolverine because what's his name? Who played Wolverine? Guys, like, I'm a mess today. I can't remember anything. It's these allergies. It's my allergies. It's not anything else. Hugh Jackman, his wife had given up her career in order to support his. And so people are very critical now that he has left her as they've gotten into older ages for a young snack, like a young little treat. I think this particular situation, I do think that Bunny is saying, well, I sacrificed a lot for you and should be compensated for that. You can't write an invoice 10 years down the road. Like, it doesn't always work that way. So I think that Jelly Roll is being smart about this. I think he understands that his earning potential is still there, and he can extract himself from the situation and give her much of what she's requesting so that he can go and continue. So Texas Kit Kat also says maybe his weight loss has something to do with it. Does it? The star in reverse. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. I think there is something else there. I do think that he is ready to kind of finish up what he's doing and then take a break for a little bit. With these GLP-1s, you lose the weight, but you're not necessarily conditioned. Now, I'm not saying that he's not conditioned. I'm sure he's worked with professionals on this, dietitians and the like, but he's not exactly conditioned to perform and function as he did when he was younger, when he was at the same weight, or this new weight that he's at. There is almost something that says that he needs to stop working for a little bit and just kind of take a break. One of the things, individuals that have high stress jobs, high stress positions, when they step back from those positions, a lot of the time, that's when the stress catches up with them. They wind up having heart attacks and strokes and those kinds of things. Police officers is a profession that we've seen this, and it was only something that I became aware of as Greg was leading up into his retirement. That something that happens is because you're functioning at this high level of stress. When the stress goes away, your systems just go boop. They don't know how to cope with no stress, and it becomes sometimes critical for a lot of police officers. This is something that I think Jelly Roll is going to experience from the significant weight loss of the marriage going into the next year. I think he really does need to unplug and just kind of chill out for a little bit. That is my request and suggestion for him. Let's see what moon he has in particular. Just Jelly Roll we're talking about. What moonology card do we pull? a personal issue reaches resolution. So that's where he's at the moment. He is trying to resolve this particular situation so he can kind of move forward with everything he's doing. What about her? Let's give him one. Let's give her one. End of a tough cycle approaching. What was her tough cycle? What was her tough cycle? Seven of Wands, High Priestess. So I do think there were some deficiencies on his end of being sensitive to another's needs, another's wants. Maybe he just had his head down. He was just working. I always get him confused with Teddy Swims. Love Teddy Swims. Teddy Swims is a little bit like what do you call it? Liberace. He's got like a whole Liberace thing going on. I know he's straight, but he's got like a whole Liberace thing going on. But I do think that Jelly Roll he's been so focused on so many things for himself and his business and his work and his art that maybe he did not factor in that other individuals needed some support and care. Bunny, it looks like, was kind of doing more than the job description. So I wish them well. I wish them well, though. I do wish them well. So for best results, what does Jelly Roll do right now? For best results, what does he do? Don't change for you. Don't change a thing for me. So I'm going to say this. I don't think that he should get divorced right now. I think he should sit on it and have a cooling off period for a little bit. He doesn't quite need to see this particular thing to the end. What about her? I pulled two cards. Emperor, not planting roots. Queen of Swords, hold off on cutting off. Five of Pentacles. She is going to find, once she exits the relationship, that a lot of her contacts are going to dissolve. The relationship is actually very, very beneficial professionally for both of them. So I think she gives him the support that he needs, and he needs to view that as the gift that it is. Whereas she thinks that her persona is established in the entertainment realm, and it's not quite. She's always going to be Jelly Roll's ex-wife, Jelly Roll's wife. And, this is a dynamic, and I'm not suggesting that there are similarities, but Phil Hartman and his wife, who took him off the earth plane, the dynamic there, she had wanted, I can't remember her name, terrible person, but she had wanted to be fabulous and famous instead of just being the wife of Phil Hartman. She wanted fame and fortune in her own right. And I think that this is kind of a similar situation. And it's hard to go into the entertainment field, hook up with a partner that is wildly successful in that same field, and be told, you got to sit down. You got to sit down and just do your thing. A lot of people, when I was in Los Angeles, a lot of people, Brad and Angelina were still, or Brad and Jennifer were still married. And a lot of people had said that in the industry that I heard the stories of she wasn't having Brad's baby well before they were public. She wanted to get an Oscar. She wanted to be a star on the big screen. She didn't want to just be a TV star and then Brad Pitt's wife. So, that kind of happens. And I think that this situation with Jelly Roll and his ex Bunny, or soon to be ex Bunny, I think she really wanted to be a big splashy success on her own, but she did need him to kind of boost her a little bit. And I'm sorry if you guys disagree with me on that, but I think she did need a little bit of a boost from him. And if they divorce, it's not going to be there. So whatever success she has now is either going to maintain or fall off. So we'll see that. I wish them well. 2:35, guys. 2:35. Going to remind you guys, I do have the 15-minute and 30-minute sessions open. We're going to finish up in just about 10 minutes here. It's not too active. It's maybe not the best time of day to have this. We have not a lot of people in our chat. Not a lot of people here. I don't know. Maybe competing with a lot of lives. I did not check to see how many people were live. So any questions? Going once, going twice. We're going to leave some questions out there. Keep them coming. Socrates. No, you don't have to do any more yard work. I starred that. I wanted to see what it said. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. I am sleepy. So we'll, you know what? We'll talk a little bit more about this. One of the things that my doctor had talked to me about with the GLP-1s, and my acupuncturist discussed it too. One of my girlfriends had told me, hi, Mustard Mischief, that when you start to lose the weight, you also experience the emotional eating that you did to put that weight on. So sometimes that as that weight comes off, you kind of go through the process again. So yeah, the rapid weight loss is not kind to the skin. You do get some hanging there. You do get some skin sagging. But Ashley Black Guru has the Fascia Blaster tool, which can solve some of that. Samantha, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? We are wrapping it up shortly, guys, because I have open hours after this, and I'm going to go do some nasal spray because my face is starting to hurt from my allergies, even though I took my allergy medicine. And again, guys, when this is over, I'm going to tag some products in this, some of the fun stuff I'm doing. This is the Aquarian Tarot. I never liked this deck. I never liked it. I did not like it. And I pulled it out one day when I was thinking about what decks I was going to flip and put up for sale on eBay. And this was one that I was like, meh, I don't know. I don't know. I just realized yesterday, too, that I threw out a bunch of bikinis because I was like, I'm never going to fit in these again. Guess what? I'd fit in them right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm damn mad that they're all in a trash heap someplace. But so the Aquarian Tarot, I never really liked this deck. Now I kind of like it. It's kind of simple. We've got, you know, this strong man here, a little bit of circusy attitude. But if we don't have any other questions, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Kids. Did he? He got put in the back. Let's see how he felt about that. You got lost on those YouTube streets. Mustard, you got to be careful what neighborhoods you turn into. How did Starmer feel about being shoved in the back of the photo at the G7? How did he feel about it? Starmer, if your country wasn't a mess, Ace of Cups, 3 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Lovers in reverse, Ace of Batons up top, and the 9 of Pentacles. I don't think that was a bad thing, Zeph. I think he almost welcomed that. I think he likes not having the full camera on him. Hot Mess, not to be confused with Hot Sam's, which is someplace that sold delicious pretzels in the mall in the 80s. I don't know if they still exist. But I don't think that Starmer was too upset about this. I think he is trying to hold back from some of his allegiances and associations. And I think those allegiances and associations are trying to distance themselves from him as well. I have said this time and time again. The Cabal is not real happy with Starmer. They don't really want him in power anymore, but they cannot find someone else to take over that mantle. So he's fading into the background. Is it true? Well, let's pull him a Moonology card for him. Let's get him a Moonology card. People are saying he's on his way out. Keir Starmer, believe in the impossible, the blue moon. What in the world does that mean? What in the world does that mean? Blue moon for Starmer. Four of Wands, Valet of Coins. He is not going to be prime minister. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's really not the prime minister right now. Is he making decisions? Five of Wands in reverse. He's bucking the system. Fool in reverse. And again, that Nine of Cups. He is not the chosen son anymore. So before I have those black taxis pulling up out front with Her Majesty's police, no, His Majesty's police, pulling up in front of my house, I think I should dip out of this. So I'm going to dip out of this one right now. All right. Ian says, will we be told the truth about how much all the countries, Canada, US, Mexico, hosting World Cup is losing money? In Canada, it's costing us $82 million a game. Holy moly. Are we going to find out? We're going to find out about all these countries losing money on this. Everything's just gotten so big, right? Knight of Cups. Hierophant. Hermit. Valet of Coins. There's that Nine of Coins. This deck loves that Nine of Coins in reverse. You know, it's going to be like put up or shut up. Like, you know, you're lucky we picked you. We're picking our cities very, very carefully. And you're lucky that we picked you because we could pick any other place. We could go anywhere else, but we picked you. You're the special one. You're the special one. Canada, Mexico, and US. You guys are so special. We like you. You are our favorite girlfriends. You're not the only one, but you're our favorite girlfriends. So I don't think that we find out that it was a bad thing that they spent all this money, but they're going to justify having spent all that money. We have blessed you with our presence. So you are going to pay through the nose in the spirit of having the games. It is a waste of money. I hate to say it. It's again, like way, way too big. It's way, way too big. So, I don't think that anyone is going to make course correction on this. I don't think so. So, guys, my brain is caving in over my eye, and it's because my sinuses are filling up. And hopefully this will not affect the rest of my day. But I think I'm going to wrap up our live. I think I'm going to wrap this up. Yeah, we only have a few more minutes. So wait. Texas Kit Kat. She's a member for 6 months. You know what that means? She has done a lot of support of this channel. That is a lot of support. I thank you for that, Texas Kit Kat. You are fantastic. I always love seeing you here and in other chats. I see you in other chats. But I told you, send me a message. I need to talk to you. Next live. Ian wants to know when the next live is. Next live, I think, is going to be on Thursday, but this Tuesday is going to be the regular live for the summer. After next week. Angus is graduating next week, so I will not be live on Tuesday. We will be whooping it up for graduation, and then I think this will be the regular live. Earth Angel, the one divine, never now. I don't know. Never now? Never know? Never know. Never know. Oh, I'm dropping another card. What card was it? King of Batons, guys. We'll leave you with the King of Batons. The King of Cartoons. So, reminder, everyone, I've got lots of summer sales. If you want to go over to the website, fortunecookiestarot.com, you can sign up for email updates. I don't spam. I don't send emails every day, but I will be sending a lot of campaigning over the summer for all the summer programs that I'm going to be doing, and any of the sales, Otter Spirit, all that good stuff. So I want to keep you guys informed, but I'm trying not to inundate you. I know I've got one of my emails has 90,000 emails in it because I just can't keep up with all the marketing emails that come through, and I'm very, very cognizant of that. At this time, I do not do text message marketing because that was my one salvation where I could just not be bamboozled with sales stuff. But now I'm getting a lot of text. So there it is. But hopefully I'm going to see some of you on my schedule. Winners, send over fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com and I will send you the link. You can give that away if you want, but they have to use it within a month. So a month from today, they have to book before July 16th. All right, guys. So Humanaki, no worries. Ian, just so you guys know, I do put a post on my community post, and then I try and do a short, but the shorts usually get buried. What you can do is check to make sure that you have all notifications set. A lot of people, even though they have all notifications set, are not getting all notifications. So you can go in there and you can give it a recheck and see what's going on there. And hit that notification bell, because even if it's on, hit it on, turn it off, hit it on. You can subscribe, unsubscribe. My subscribers do this all day long because YouTube doesn't know what the hell to do with me. But Wednesday night, Ian, I will be live at 9:00 with my good friend Barney at the Barnosphere. We're going to be doing our dating advice, so you can come over and see that. That's going to be just a hangout. I'm not really going to be doing psychic stuff on that. It is just silly little dating advice. Well, not silly. It's vital dating advice. We want to help people navigate through this crazy, crazy world, especially if those tall people are coming to get some of us and the rest of us got to figure out how to have a good time on the planet before it goes boom. So everybody, thanks so much for being here. I very much appreciate all of your attention and love and super chats and subscriptions and likes and whatnot. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you go on over and hype my Mixtape Monday video. I want to ask you all to do that. Go hype it, because the hype stuff is really helping YouTube kind of move things along. So up and there is the Barnosphere. You can watch Wednesday night either on my channel or his channel. Right now we're doing on both, just to pick up some speed and just to let my audience know. Eventually, I think we're just going to do it over on his, but we'll see. We're shaping the show up for the summer. But in the meantime, my friends, my lovers, all my favorite people, I am going to take a few minutes and chill out until I get some bookings. So thank you so much for being here. And let's applaud our mods before we go anywhere. Thank you to all the mods for keeping all the trolls at bay. It is a wild and crazy place out here on the interwebs. So I will definitely see you guys tomorrow night, and then we'll probably meet back here like on Thursday, maybe on Thursday, and that'll be just full scale general audience live, maybe Friday, trying to figure out my pacing for the summer. But guys, thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the future very soon. Texas Kit Kat, send me a WhatsApp. Bye for now.